Good afternoon, folks, on the Scamper Challenge. We're ready for part 4. We've picked up a few new people and a few have dropped off, but that's okay. If you are just joining us on this challenge, you really might want to go back and look at parts 1, 2, and 3 because we've got a little bit of confusion from new folks. So it's fine to join in if you're just now starting, but go back and look what the S for substitute, the C for combine, the A for adapt, and today we're going to modify. Make sure you understand that whole process because that's part of our design. So we started with a great big, what looks like a safety pin, but it's super huge, oversized. And that's what we've been working with on this so far. So one of our newcomers, Dominique, suggested that we use it for buttons, and that's great if you have a tiny safety pin like this, but none of the buttons I have at least would fit, this large pin would fit through. So good idea to keep buttons together. I keep these in a little jewelry box, so I think I'll just keep these buttons on there because if I lose one on that shirt or coat, I'll want them there. Emily said use them to keep your gloves on your coat so you don't lose them, and believe it or not, just this past winter I lost a pair of black gloves. So maybe I will, when I put my winter clothes away, I might just keep my brown gloves there on my jacket. So that was a really good idea to attach them like that. McKenna's new with us, and we did talk about using it to put your pen and your grocery list on a bag, but she said to keep the bags together, so keeping multiple grocery bags together with a large pen might be a great idea. Willie came online with us with holding your lunch, so instead of putting my dirty clothes in here as the original purpose, use it as a lunch bag. Well, you can use a lot of lunch. That'll be okay. Miss Prayer, your hedge clippers, robotic hedge cutters, and an attachment for ditches, it's way over my head. I need some help there. Jensen, he said attach it to the wall so that you can use it, and that was a pretty good idea. So Jensen, I do have these hooks that I use for, especially my husband, he loses stuff. So when he comes in at the end of the day, he has to put his belt and even his wallet in here. So all of my keys that I attached last week to that big pen, I put there on that. So that was a pretty good idea. I might suggest that to him too. So that was not bad. Graham came online with holding all of our schoolwork, so another idea for putting papers on them like we mentioned last week. Casey was brand new to the challenge last Thursday, and she said to use it to hold something that's too big together. So I kind of pictured like this. Remember, folks that have been with us, we did talk about this is awfully big to punch through your material because it would probably make a hole. So I just put it through a button hole, and then maybe you could hold your jacket together. If it was a little bit either too big or too small, you could use that out to help you out with that. And Jaden had that idea that we were talking about last week. She also was talking about making it a part of your belt so that it would be a little bit bigger and a keychain. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your same idea you've been working through. So you substituted to use it for something else. You combined it with another object to make it more useful. And then you adapted it. Now I want you to modify the original clip. So this original pen, how would you change it? And there's some questions in the Google form that you need to think about as you're coming up with a way to modify this original object so it works even better the purpose that you have. All right? Give them to me. Can't wait to hear.